Hi, Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. Tell my subscribers I thank you, and the non-subscribers I hope I can tease you into pushing that button. After 38 years coaching football, this year I was a defensive coordinator, but over that time I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, a longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. So what I want to share with you today in this front film clip is a check stack. Okay, so it's a 3-3-3 look versus 20 personnel. So we call it gun twin open wake. So the fullback is offset away from the two receiver side, okay, to the big field, which their tendency was to run the football to the fullback, but also to either boot back to the two receivers or to throw quick game to the two receiver side. So what we allowed was the safety to come off the hash for that reason, okay, even though it was into the boundary, okay, because we're pretty good as far as having security here to the field. There's only one receiver. We got safety. We're in a press corner to the field. That's our field corner. Okay, ball in the hash automatically to the big field. Free safety automatically to big field. Whip and boundary automatically into the boundary. Okay. The other factor here, since it's an even personnel, that's our rover who stays right, dime stays left, backer opposite, okay, and Mike in the middle. Pretty straightforward. Our defensive line is always left and right, okay? So now we're going to show you how we defend against a power play to the fullback here, okay? Here's the fullback. And I'm going to show it to you the wide copy first, and then I'm going to give you more detailed pointers when we get to the tight copy. So here we go. Okay, this tremendous job here up front, all the way around, starting with our 5 technique, defensive end here, the stud, setting the edge, okay, and not getting knocked out, creating a bigger running alley. Our rover here reads what we call an open window. So he fills it, and then he reads correctly that the back has looked to bounce it. So he bounces with it. Real nice job here by our field corner. See, he's still seeing the surface even though he's in press. And that's how he knows not to just go blindly follow this receiver. Okay, and he works his way outside in. And he's there to do a nice job in run support. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the play right here of our free safety. Not sure why there were any backward steps when he was zit stepping. Okay, but he does recognize the surface telling him it's a run. Sticks it in the ground, comes downhill really hard. Okay, so let's go to the tight copy now. You're going to learn an awful lot more. Okay. All right, so the way we in this game we played our stack, okay, is similar to how we play it all the time. We got a 5 technique here. He could be inside more. This outside toe should be on that tackle's inside toe, so I don't like that alignment. Backer's good here. Dime is good here. Mike is good here. Okay, see, outside hand is down. That's the gap hand, gap foot back, right? Outside hand down, outside foot back. So real nice job up front. He's 2 by 12 where he should be. It's sky. Okay. So now let's see how this plays out. We're going to stop by looking at the surface here. Guard, tackle. See, that is what we call open window. Okay, so initially the rover is a B gap. The rover should be there. Okay, the rover should be there. And if you notice, the fullback's wearing number 55. So this is what we call 20 big. Okay, when 55 was in the 20 package, they're running the football. So when we recognize that as coaches, I didn't have them check to the stack. I called stack ahead of time. The guys were in stack. Okay? So the rover should be there, and then the mic should be there. So we have, remember, anytime a lead blocker comes in, that adds a gap, and that's how we would account for it. And so because the rover doesn't do that, what ends up happening now is our mic is left to take on the guard. Okay, we got a real nice job filling from the backside, our backer here. So see, by not aligning properly here with his feet, he didn't fill the B gap as he should have. Okay, again, from the wide copy, it's not too bad looking. Kind of follows the bounce, but the play was gonzo, tackle for loss. If he lined up right for starters with his feet, and then shot the open window. We always tell our inside linebackers, you shoot open windows, baby. Okay, and he didn't do that. So that's why tangible landmarks, okay? And you can't see that from the sideline of the press box, and so this was huge coaching points. Only the second game of the season. There was a lot to be learned, okay? But see, he's a very athletic kid, and so when he came out here, he was correct about the play. They were looking to bounce it. That doesn't negate what he did. And the guy that's making this play, that's the backside backer. Phenomenal job. And what we just simply call a run through. A run through from the backside. Okay, so here, the backer and the rover, what we call 31 techniques. Play side, they got B gap. Backside, they got the A gap. And they make the nose right. So let's focus on the nose here for a minute. Okay, see where the nose is. Okay, so the nose is eating up the play side A gap with that double team. He's too high. He didn't knock back the center enough. We always say there's no double team. You defeat the man you're on. Well, he didn't do that. His knockback wasn't good enough to defeat the double team. But see, the backer is correctly going through his side A gap and running through and making this play. So now I'm going to bring it back so you can focus please, on this linebacker here. Okay? He made the tackle. Okay? He made the tackle. Phenomenal. It's just the way it's coached up. You make the nose right. Okay, I already talked about the nose. The safety, he has all kinds of help out here, so he is correct adjusting to what he sees. He sees what the back sees. So if the back were ever to break that tackle, he's right where we need him to be. Okay, and again, there's the field corner, there's the rover, there's the stud, and the backers behind. Okay, this is what we call here from our Mike linebacker, what we call patch over. So the last thing I'd like to coach up here is the Mike linebacker technique. Okay, he's wrong with his head to start. His head should have been on the play side, but he correctly uses his hands to execute the escape and patch over the top of the guard. Okay, that's important to do because obviously physically that's a mismatch. And if he had attacked his head on the other side from the get-go, he'd have cleanly gotten off the block, and 57 would have never had a chance to get his hands on him. Okay? So at the beginning, as I said, my subscribers, I thank you. Non-subscribers, I hope I've teased you into it enough. And to YouTube, I really like to thank you for the opportunity for all of us coaches by providing this platform.